Hello, this is Dave from Net4Truth USA, Inglorious Patriots. It is May 1st, 2020, and what I'm about to say to you is absolute empirical fact. On April 6th, I rented a car from Hertz Rent-A-Car in Concord, North Carolina, and that's the purpose of the rental was to take Tony to the hospital up in Camden, New Jersey. We made a 3-day trip. I was supposed to be charged $85 plus tolls for that time, and the car was supposed to be back 3 days later. So we took the trip, came back, and when I returned the car to the rental place where I got it from, on time, 3 hours before the deadline was, and when I got there, the store was closed. The place was closed. So I said, what the hell am I going to do now? Because I have the keys. I can't take the car anywhere else. I don't have a ride back to anywhere else. So my only option was to leave it there. So I called Hertz Corporate. And Hertz Corporate told me there was a drop box by the window that I didn't notice. And just put the key in the drop box and park the car. So that's what I did. I couldn't even take it out back. The lot was full. There was only room for like 2 more cars before I had to park it on the street. So I put it right in front of where the closest I could get to the door, and I put the key in the drop box and left. 4 days later, I get an automated call that I still have the car. So that means that they had that car for 3 days, at least 3 days, where nobody was at that store to check that car. Then, 3 days ago, I got a $500 bill on my debit card that I used to rent the car with. Not only did they not refund my $200 that there was a deposit in case there was any damage to the car, but they charged another $300 on top of that for smoking in the car, and I haven't smoked in like 4 years. Nobody was smoking in the car. It's all bullshit. And I got on that phone, and I spent from 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock that afternoon on the phone listening to a 4-note ditty that they should play at Gitmo. These people are frauds. Do not rent a car from Hertz. You will get screwed. Listen to these recordings and tell me what you think. The following recordings are the relative portions of how I attempted to resolve the issue. They have been edited for dead spaces in the conversation and the hours of atrocious hold music which should be used in lieu of waterboarding at Gitmo.
Thank you for calling Hertz in Concord. This is Peter speaking. How may I help you?
How you doing, Peter? This is Dave. I spoke to you before. You said you needed some more information. I found out, I researched through my text messages here and found out that the car was rented on April 6th, about 2 o'clock, between 2 and 4 o'clock.
All right, April 6th. Okay, good. That helps. All right, let's see.
You can't get through to your company line. I was on the phone 25 minutes, at least twice, listening to the same 4 notes being played, and it was like I felt like I was in Gitmo getting waterboarded.
I'm sorry about that. Let's try. Nope, there's no one with that name rented on the 6th.
Nobody with that name rented on the 6th. That's amazing because I got over $500 in charges to prove that I was there, and 4 witnesses. Hertz.
6 was checking some other dates here around that time.
Because either somebody rented another car with my credit card. I'm going to be pissed.
0406.
You want the last 4 digits of the debit card?
No, I can't pull anything up using a credit card. So I'm just
well, you processed the credit cards there. I don't understand why you can't do that.
The system does not allow us to look via using a credit card. That's why I can't do that.
What's
So I asked you for a contract number, or, if you can give me a date. So I'm just going over the date. On the 6th, all I see is 3 cars here and that were rented that day, and your name is not in one of them. You were the one. The car was rented under your name, not someone else.
Right. I used my debit card.
Yeah. 4, 6.
You got the spelling of my name right?
I'm not even searching by name. I'm just searching by the day.
Oh, you
When I searched by your name, it didn't come up. So I'm trying to see what was rented on April the 6th.
Oh, freaking unbelievable.
And I don't see anything on that date. 407. And nothing on the 7th. I think we were closed from then.
Yeah, you were closed the day I returned it. I came back to return it. I returned it like 3 or 4 hours before it was due, and the place was closed. So then I called Hertz, and Hertz told me just put the key in the drawer, in the drop box, and leave the car out front. So that's what I did. Not only did they not return they charged me $200 for the deposit 2 weeks after the car was rented, and then they charged me another $301 on top of that. I got the PayPal receipts now. I don't know. So maybe somebody's renting the car with my credit card. I don't know, because that's the only charge I didn't get an email for. I got it to $200 and the $301 in one charge, in one billing. So it was done the same day, and I want to know why my $200 ain't given back to me, and what the $300 was for.
Again, I can't find your contract, so you have to call the billing line again.
Man, I can't get through to the billing. I've been on the phone here since 7 o'clock this morning, and all they do is play that stupid music and make excuses with the coronavirus and all that crap, which is a total line of horse crap, because if they're working from home, they should be answering the phone.
I can't find it, so that would be the only other avenue right now. You're just gonna have to hold on until just put the phone down until they pick up.
Unbelievable.
I can't find you.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, I'm just gonna have to file a fraud, because if I can't get through, I want my money. And if I have to if I have to say it's fraud, because it is fraud. I didn't sign for 2 weeks later to have $300 pull off my credit card and my deposit not returned. That's ridiculous. And you can say coronavirus all you want. I mean, coronavirus don't cause you to go crazy. All right. Well, Pete, I'm sorry I put you through all this crap. And you might unreal. All right. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Now, let me just throw something in here just for shits and giggles. You just heard Peter from the Concord Hertz Rent-A-Car say that he doesn't have any records of my renting a car on the 6th, which is the day that I rented it. They didn't know that I had that car for 3 days. I could have kept the car for 3 days because there was nobody at the place for 3 days to see that I returned the car. I had to call them because the place was closed. That say, I'm returning the car and I parked it out front, put the key in the drop box. So how did I know what day I returned the car? They don't even have a record of my renting a car. 3 weeks later, $500 shows up out of the clear blue sky. My $200 deposit isn't refunded, and $301 is added onto it for smoking in a car that I don't smoke in. That I didn't smoke it because I don't smoke. I haven't smoked for like 4 years. Almost since I started this channel. Man, I have a cigarette once in a while. But I didn't smoke in the car. I had no cigarettes with me. So how do I know that the car that they found cigarette ashes in was my car? Was the car that I rented? You don't know that. This asshole didn't even know that I brought the car back, because I got an automated call saying, you got the car, why don't you return the car? Well, I returned the goddamn car. Just, you didn't know that I returned the car because you wasn't there for 3 days until after I returned it. So why didn't you charge me for keeping the car if you didn't know I had the car and didn't know that I returned it? It's fraud. It's absolute fraud. They're using this coronavirus bullshit to charge people 3 weeks later. Not that, oh, hope they don't notice. We'll charge the card 3 weeks later. And it wasn't charged the day that I rented it. Because when I got to where I was going, almost 12 hours later, I looked at my PayPal account and the charge did not appear. It only appeared 3 weeks later. How does that happen? Your guess is as good as mine.
Court, how can I help you today?
How you doing? I had a problem with a car being returned, and you guys charged me over $500 for a car that was supposedly damaged, but it was damaged by you guys.
You smoked in the car. It's a $400 fine to smoke in rentals.
A what?
It's a $400 fine to smoke in rentals. It's on our walls.
Well, I don't smoke.
There were cigarette ashes all throughout the car and smoke smell.
There's no smoke. There was nobody smoking in the car. We don't smoke. Sorry, my friend. $400 to smoke in a car. First of all, that's ridiculous. And second of all, if you don't give me my money back by close of business Monday, you're going to go to court.
Okay.
And you said there was damage to the car. There was no damage to the car.
No, there's no damage to the car. Yeah, there's no damage on the car at all.
Well, then you give me my fucking money back, or are you going to find out why fucking, you'll never do another business in this town again. You understand me? You'll never do business in this town again. You give me my fucking money back.
All right, have a nice day.
In that car. Nobody did anything.
Hertz Vehicle Control.
How you doing? Listen, I got a problem. Maybe you can help me fix it. Because if you can't help me fix it, then the court's going to have to get involved here. I have a case here. Let me give you the case number. It's 525-149-240. I spoke to Sean on the 20th, a couple of days ago.
How can I help you?
I got a charge over $500 for a car that they said it was damaged. And I called the guy at the store and he said they charged me for smoking in the car. Well, that's a pretty good trick because I don't smoke.
Okay.
No,
let me get you to the department where we can get this taken care of for you immediately. Stay on the line.
What they do, but this money better be put back on my card by close of business Monday, or otherwise Hertz is going to be all over social media and it's going to be in the courts. Because that car was returned in better condition than I got it. Because when I returned the car, I wiped it all down. I cleaned it out. I vacuumed it. The car was immaculate.
We are committed to making your travel safe and easy in every way possible. May I get your rental record number or your confirmation number, please?
I got a what do you call it? Incident number. Do you want that? I don't have the rental.
Yes, sir. All right, go ahead.
525-149240.
I've got 525-149-240.
I spoke with Sean a couple of days ago about for over $500 charged on a car. They never called me. They never emailed me. They overdrafted my bank account. And first they said it was damaged. And I know it wasn't damaged because I left it. When I brought the car back to Salisbury, there was nobody at the store. So I called Hertz Corporation directly and I asked him, what do I do now? Because nobody's at the store. And he said, just leave the car there. You know, they asked me if the gas tank was full. I said, yeah, the gas tank's full. Everything's good. And he says, just leave the key in the there's like a metal drawer in front of the door there. So I left it in that, like a bank deposit drawer. Okay? So, and I just left it there. Then they called me and they said they had an automated call that I hadn't returned the car 2 days later, and the car's been in the lot 2 days. So nobody was at the store for 2 days apparently, because nobody knew the car was in the lot. Because when I brought it back, the lot was so full that I couldn't even get around to park it in the back lot because there was cars parked there. So I parked it right in front of the place, blocking all the other cars. But I had no choice, because where am I going to bring the car? And I put the key in the drop box. So now, day before yesterday, I got over $500 charged from Hertz on my car, and I called them and they said the car was damaged. I says, the car hasn't been damaged. I have 4 witnesses that saw the car when I took it, and 4 witnesses saw the car when I brought it back. And I never had an accident, never had a ticket in my whole life that I've been driving for 55 years.
May I interrupt just a moment, please? And I do understand your situation. May I ask who I'm talking to?
My name is David.
What this is, it's not a damage charge. It's a smoking fee charge.
Yeah, and that's pretty good.
When they went to clean the car, they determined the car had been smoked in, and the location added that as a smoking fee.
I don't know.
Clean it.
I don't know who determined that the car was smoked in. It wasn't smoked in by me.
The location manager.
Huh?
The location manager approves these charges. And they documented it was smoking.
Well, I don't care what they documented. That $500, I don't smoke. I haven't smoked for 12 years.
I'm not disputing you. I'm just letting you know what the charge was for. And being we're in corporate, we can't see the car. We didn't see it when it was returned, so we're not allowed to take that fee off because it's put on there by management.
You would have saw the car when I returned it had somebody been there when I returned it, but nobody had been there, and that car was out of my control and out of my sight for 3 days before they determined that the car was not returned yet. So the car was sitting in that lot for at least 3 days before they had an automated call that the car hadn't been returned. So nobody was in that store. So my question is, are you guys not making enough money with this coronavirus bull crap that you got to charge people $500 for smoking when they don't smoke?
Sure, all I can say is that.
I'll tell you what. No, listen, let me tell you something. If this money is not returned to my account by close of business Monday, you will hear from me in court, and this conversation and all the other conversations that I had, including pictures of the car, will be posted on social media, and Salisbury, North Carolina, Hertz Rental will have to close its doors because it will never do another piece of business ever again.
I'm sorry, I'm unable to remove the charge. You're certainly able to dispute it with the bank, but I'm unable to do the charge.
Well, I'm unable to. Since you want to do that, then it's going to be on social media immediately, including this conversation, because I am not going to be charged $500 for doing what I didn't do when you guys were not in the store to accept the car that was returned on time, before the time, and during business hours. That's your problem. The car was out of my control. Anybody could have used that car in the 3 days from when I returned it until when somebody got there to inspect it. But I did not smoke in the car. There was no smoke in that car. I returned that car in better condition than when I got it, because when I got it, it had pollen on the dashboard. It had crap all over it. It had bird shit on the window that I had to wipe off with Rain-X.
I'll be glad to document the call, sir, that you're disputing it, but that's all I can do, and I apologize.
You'll hear from the courts, and I'm going to charge you for my overdraft fees and my time at $60 an hour, listening to this 4-note ditty that you play while I'm sitting on the phone here since fucking 9 o'clock this morning.
I apologize for the length of the hold, sir. We do have a lot of calls coming in right now.
I'm sorry to take it out on you, what's your name again?
My name is Barbara.
Barbara, I'm sorry to dump on you, but you got to understand from my point of view.
I do. I understand your complaint and I understand your frustration. If there was anything I could do, I would, sir. But we're not allowed to remove it because we don't see the cars. The managers are in control of their fleet, and they're the ones that approve the charge.
Well,
They even documented that it was smoked in, so there's no way we can override what the manager said.
I don't know who smoked in it, but it wasn't me. Maybe the manager smoked on it to make himself look good. But I'm not letting this charge go. You will hear, the Hertz Corporation will hear from me in court, and I'm going to sue you for the $500 plus my overdraft fees, plus my lawyer's fees, plus my time, because my time is valuable, $60 an hour from the time I started this crap. This is ridiculous.
Well, I've documented the call, sir, and I'm sorry about the problem.
All right. Thank you very much, Barbara.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir, and be safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Please subscribe to our backup channels, Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel, BitChute.com/net4Truth USA, and drop.space/@Net4Truth USA. We fly so close to the target, we are on our 5th fighter jet. We will be relentless and persistent until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/net4truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.
Hertz of Concord, how can I help you today?
Yeah, you just hung up on me.
Yeah, you're not gonna curse at me, sir.
I don't care.
I'm not gonna stand
Listen,
for it.
you're not going to charge me $500 for smoking in a car when I don't smoke.
Yeah, it's non-negotiable.
Well, I'll tell you what.
We
I'll
have
tell you what's non-negotiable. Here's what's non-negotiable. You're never going to do business in this town again because I'm going to have all this crap on social media, and you will be blacklisted. And I got a PayPal thing that's a dispute, and this conversation is being recorded, and it's going to be on YouTube, on 2 channels, on BitChute, on DropSpace, and everywhere else I can put it. You people are ridiculous. How dare you charge me $500 for smoking in a car when I don't even smoke? Yeah, you got no answer, huh? Fuckers.
Good morning. We're calling Concord. This is Peter speaking. How may I help you?
Oh, how you doing, Peter? Finally, somebody answered the phone. I rented a car. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? Yeah. No, it wasn't last week. 2 weeks ago. I returned the car. The store was closed, so I called the office, the main office, and they said, put the keys in the thing and leave the car outside. So that's what I did. Now, all of a sudden, not only, you charged me $89, whatever it was for the car, and $200 deposit. Now they charged me another $300 for something they didn't tell me, and I got over $600 in bills for a car to rent it for 2 days. I want to know what's going on.
Okay, was your rental a personal rental or was it via insurance?
No, it's a personal rental.
Personal rental? All right. Do you by any chance have your contract number?
No, I don't. I threw that papers. I put that paper in the car.
If I can. What's your last name?
Todeschini. Todeschini.
And when you got the car, did you make a reservation before you came in to pick up?
Yeah, I called. I asked you if I can come rent the car. So I said, yeah, come down. I don't know if you call that a huh?
No, that's not a reservation. Because I can't find your information using your name because the contract was closed. So I'm trying to figure out. Do you remember what day you rented the vehicle?
Do you remember what day it was, Tony? Hold on a second. I can tell you what day I got billed. Hold on a second. Freaking unbelievable. April 22nd. No, it's not, because that showed up just the day before yesterday. Oh, Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. I can give you a PayPal transaction number.
No, that won't help me.
How about a debit card number?
No, I can't use that either.
Oh my God!
Either the vehicle information, your reservation number, or if you can, like I said, if you can remember the day you rented the vehicle, I can just try to look up on all the cars that were rented that day and find your name that way.
It wasn't the 22nd. I know that. It was about 2 weeks ago. Unreal.
Well, the other thing I could think of, do you remember what kind of car you rented?
Yeah, it was it's a white SUV, a Chevy. What the hell's the name of that? It's an SUV, a white SUV.
No, that won't help. We have a lot of white SUVs. So I'm just trying to narrow it down to see if best I can help you.
I don't remember what it was. It had a lot of buttons. That's all I know.
Did you by any chance get your an email copy of your receipt?
Yeah, but I deleted that a long time ago.
Oh.
I deleted. I don't keep emails for weeks and weeks and weeks. I get thousands of emails a day. I want to clog up all these emails. It's like unbelievable. Then now all of a sudden I get $2 or $3, $4, for over $500 in bills. You told me $89 plus $200 deposit that I didn't get back. I was just charged for that on the 22nd. Came on PayPal. It charged me $200 deposit. Instead of refunding it, instead of charging me the day I rented it, they charged me on the 22nd. And it showed up in an email yesterday. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But I brought the car back and filled the tank up, and the store was closed, so I put the key in that drawer there. And I don't know what I'm getting charging all this money for. And they charged me for $15 for the tolls, which they said they were going to do. And all that's just banged like that, and it was over $400 on top of it for what? I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry about that, sir, but there's no way I can look it up because I don't have a contract number or the vehicle info. So the only thing I can probably tell you to do, if they have more access than I would have, is call the billing department and see if they can find your information. Because there's no way. Our system, we're kind of limited at once the contract is closed, so we can't pull it up.
What's the billing department number?
It is 800-654-4173.
4173?
Correct.
All right, let me call them. I'll be sitting around waiting 3 hours with their torturous freaking hold music. All right. Freak unbelievable. All right.